This is Twit.
So we'll never see the next Bit Robin 2. let's be real. We'll never see the Circle phone either. But
I want to.
But we hope to someday see one or both of them. But we can see a few things that you brought back from CES. So
now, let me put a disclaimer here in saying there was plenty of other mobile and Android-related gadgets from CES that are excellent, and I'm going to be so excited to take a look at them. But these are the ones that I was actually able to bring home.
Cool.
The first one came from the ASUS suite. And I got to say, look, I'm not big on packaging. Packaging doesn't normally make the deciding decision for me. But, man, ASUS is just like, we got to go at the front. They are next gen with this packaging. Yeah. This is like the nuclear reactor.
That is nice packaging.
Wow. Are you kidding me?
That is extreme packaging.
This is so awesome.
That's how they do their PCs too. They're just like that.
Right? Yeah, their PCs and all of their PC accessories. I don't want to break it because the packaging's so awesome. So I'm just gonna lever the phone out of here. Yeah. This is their ASUS ROG Phone II. Now this is designed for gaming, and I got to say, oh, by the way. I don't know how many of you like that, but the fingerprint module is actually part of the screen.
Yeah.
Sometimes
it's a new thing.
Yeah, it's more or less accurate.
I have it on my OnePlus. It's awesome.
Yeah. Now the specs on this are ridiculous. It's just 240 grams, which means it's heavier than the 225 grams of, say, the iPhone 11 Max. But it also has a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, and the iPhone Max only has a 4,000. So this is 50% more battery capacity than the largest phone in the Apple arsenal. Wow. It's Gorilla Glass on the front and on the back. It's Gorilla Glass 6 on the front. It's Gorilla Glass 3 on the back. Dual SIM carrier, so this is going to be perfect for me. So I can have my TIM SIM for when I'm in Europe, and I have my T-Mobile SIM for when I'm back in the United States. 6.59-inch AMOLED screen. Now, here's the thing. They got it to work at 120 hertz. I didn't even think that was possible for AMOLED. And this is 1080 by 2340, so it's ridiculously high resolution. Octa-core Snapdragon 855 Plus. It's a specially bin part for this. It's not overclocked. It's just crazy fast, 2.96 gigahertz. Also an Adreno 740 GPU running Android 9. You start with 128 gigabyte storage and 8 gigabyte memory, all the way up to 1 terabyte of storage or 12 gigabyte of system memory. There is no SD card, so you're going to want to go with one of the larger numbers there. 2 cameras. First, it uses the 48 megapixel Sony sensor that everybody loves so much, but they've got 2 on the back. There's the wide and the 13 megapixel ultra wide. So, just like is the common thing now, rather than moving the phone, you can just use the 2 different lenses. It can shoot 720 at 480 frames per second, all the way up to 4K at 60 frames per second. And it's got a 24 megapixel front camera that can shoot 1080 by 30 frames per second. Now, this is one of the reasons why I'm no longer doing the OnePlus phones. This actually does have a 3.5 millimeter audio jack. I'm sorry, I'm old school. I still like that. I still want it. I still need it. I won't buy a phone without it. It's got stereo DTS speakers, each with their own dedicated amps circuit, so it sounds really good. 8211 ABGN, ACAD, Bluetooth 5.0, dual band GPS, NFC. It's got an FM radio. The fingerprint sensor is under the screen, can fast charge at 30 watts, and it can reverse charge at 10 watts. So if you're one of these people who wants to give your friend a charge, you can actually just hook them up to the USB-C port and you can charge their phone. Now it starts at $599, goes all the way up to about, $11.99 for the 1 terabyte version. But I got to say, this thing is it is sexy beyond belief.
That scared me.
Yeah, I'll launch this thing. I mean, listen to that audio. The audio is actually really good. I mean, it's way better than I thought you were able to get from just 2 speakers, and the performance is actually pretty unreal. Oh no, I don't want to buy that.
Go ahead.
In-game purchases, always. I hope this is not copyrighted music, by the way. Let me turn that down.
It's so loud. It sounds like it's
a tiny bit. Now they have this port on the underside that actually. It can directly connect accessories. So this, for example, it's a cooling system. So if you're going to be doing a lot of gaming, by the way, because it is an ROG system, it's of course going to have all the flashing RGB LED lights. Oh gosh, I can't get there. We go. Yeah. So I can snap this on, and this is actually a cooling system. So if you're doing extended gaming, it will keep your unit from overheating because again, you are. Ah! Oh, stop. Okay.
ASUS is really good at putting out these sort of gaming niche Android phones. I feel like there are people out there that are using ROG.
Oh gosh, yes.
ROG phones, and you see them in the wild. You hear people talking about them. Like there is a market for these things. So I kind of like to see them lean into it aesthetically too.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, there's absolutely a market, and they kind of have it cornered. There's not a whole lot of players outside of ASUS.
Well, and they have brand power as well, right?
Exactly.
And like awesome. This phone matches their gaming laptops, and it's like it's like the reason that people buy Apple products, or just kind of like what we've seen happen with the Google products, how they'll have this shared aesthetic. Like if you're in the ASUS like gaming ecosystem, like you have all your stuff just kind of matches nicely together, and
right.
you're,
yeah.
So I love that light at the bottom. That's so cool.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Now I will say that once you start adding on the extra little expansions, it does get kind of expensive very quickly because I mean you can actually spend more on the expansions than you do on the phone itself. But again, it's a very niche market of gamers. It's the people who like a larger phone with a larger battery with a much more beautiful screen, and it's just really well done.
And this is a fan on the back?
That's a fan, yeah, because some of us do play into the point where it starts to melt.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that happens.
Yeah.
That does happen. Phones melt.
Oh my gosh, it looks just like the fan on the ROG laptops.
It is.
The same
I think pretty sure it
and everything.
is. They've done a lot of branding work to make sure that the line looks the same across. Mm-hmm. If you're using a Chromebook, one of their notebooks, one of their graphics cards, one of their cases, they look the same.
God, look at that back.
I know, right?
It's like,
by the way, it is because it is glass. It is a fingerprint magnet.
Yeah,
of course.
Whatever.
That's how it goes.
A few things I don't like. It doesn't have wireless charging. I don't know if that's a big deal for some people. I kind of would have liked
some
it.
People.
Yeah. I do want to see.
If they can't do it.
I want to see how long a 6,000 milliamp hour battery is going to last. So I'm just going to be using this thing all the way home to Italy tomorrow, and see if it lasts the entire flight.
Ooh, that'll be a good test.
This is a pretty heavy phone, I gotta say.
Yeah,
it's got some weight to it.
I'm actually okay with that. You guys, do you like a super light phone? Because it crosses a point at which it's so light that I feel like I'm going to flip it out of my hand.
Exactly.
Yes,
when it's too light and you don't have like a presence. Yeah. I've had that where like it literally feels like it's just going to fly away. And so like I do like a little heft to my phone. Yeah.
And again, I get half a pound. It's kind of heavy. 240 grams. It might be one of the heaviest phones on the market. It's heavier than the iPhone 11 Max. But
there's a difference for sure.
But if that really does wonders for the battery, I will absolutely take it.
For sure, battery's really, really important, and I think that's a fair trade-off. I think you can you have to expect that if you're going with such a beastly battery, you have to expect that the phone is going to be heavier as a result.
Beastly battery.
If you were super concerned about battery, you probably wouldn't just lavish LEDs all over the thing. But
that's true.
But then
you
it wouldn't
probably
be an
go
ROG
in the settings
phone
and turn those off, though. I imagine
you can. But would you, Jason?
Well,
if you buy yourself an ROG phone, would you be turning off the LEDs?
Yeah, that could be part of the reason that you're buying it. So.
Exactly. Why? It's like
lean into it. Add more LEDs.
Exactly. Make this thing aggressive. Give it armor plating. Let's go.
Make it heavier.